Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the fight that some people actually got stuck on this one, and that is the mermaid fight as part of the side quest. So this one over here, you have to fight Elecebre, and you can find this basically on, well, it's kind of obvious, mermaid cliff. So this will start doing some of your missions in the Dragonheir, you know, do all of the stuff around here. You're gonna notice that you're gonna get yourself around this spot, and I had some people that said they were really easy, but at the same time, there were some people that said this fight is pretty difficult. So the best way to do that is let's just go in there and see what does she actually do and what you could bring to make this a little bit easier. So as we go into the fight, before starting, because I might be able to beat it pretty easily, let's just check her skills, okay? So the first one is Nature's Blessing. Yep, you can see from me. Grants a shield to grants a 30% max HP shield to an ally for 10 seconds. This ally gains 30% of Elecebre's resistance while the shield lasts. So obviously, this being a boss fight, she will be on her own. She will be the only one in the fight. So she will grant a shield for herself. Well, what does this mean? Well, this means that somebody that can remove shields could be helpful in here. You know, as an example, there's for fire there is Brody, you know, aka Captain Jack Sparrow, the fire version of him. You can bring him in there to remove the shield if you don't have enough damage. But if you don't have the, you know, the opportunity to specialize a champion already for this specific role, just bring more damage, and this one should not be an issue. Keep in mind that building a hero that removes shields will not be a bad idea, because one of the dungeons, the Grave of Curse, requires you to have somebody that removes buffs, removes shields, so that can be extra helpful. So again, keep in mind removing the shield can be interesting, but then the ultimate is the tricky one, because what this one does is she sings a song, grants recovery over time and defense up to all allies, well, again, basic herself, with a 50% chance of inflicting charm on all enemies for 5 seconds and a 75% chance of reducing their ultimate energy by 50%. So this part can be a little bit annoying, because if she keeps pushing back your ultimate, you're not going to be able to do, you know, those big hits in there. So keep that in mind. And also the charm part, if you do get inflicted with charm, you basically you're going to start attacking, you know, your allies, so people around you. So this one has a 10-second recharge time, so if you're charmed by 5, it can be tricky, because, you know, you only get 5 seconds to hit her, but at the same time, there's that massive shield. However, from what I have tested in here, I just try to use, again, the free-to-play champions, basically. I use Horus as my tank, I use Hexandra as the healer. I actually just brought in here because I don't have that many free-to-play champions, so to speak, built anymore on the account. It's kind of hard because, you know, I'm trying to progress through the game as much as I can, and I do have lots of legendaries. I do have lots of good gear because, you know, I played on the beta, so I have a pretty stacked account, I'm not gonna lie. So I try to push really hard and just farm a ton of extra XP potions so that I can keep up with using, you know, free-to-play heroes, which are like, for example, I have 4 rares, you know, like I have Quarion, Enna, Hexandra, and then I have Sigrid over here. And then again with the adventurer, I mean, he's level 90. So what I tried to do over here is just, I took everything off of him. He has no gear, no runes, nothing, just to try and make it as relatable as possible. But let's have a look, how does this fight actually work, okay? So I have what? A tank, a DPS in the adventurer, 2 healers, and then Sigrid, again, that does a little bit of damage. So let's see how this fight actually looks, because, you know, like I said, some people got stuck, some people didn't, but it just doesn't seem too bad. Like, from what I've tested, it doesn't seem too bad. And especially if you have somebody like a Horus that can do a little bit of a taunt, you know, that's or any type of control. If you have somebody that does stun, that does silence, any type of those ones can help you against this boss fight. And one thing that maybe makes it a little bit easier, let's say you don't have somebody that does the, like I said, that does the shield steal, that's fine, just ignore that mechanic, but cover yourself for the boss's ultimate that makes her put recovery over time and basically heal herself. Well, that's where my Sigrid, for example, which is a rare, comes into play, because she has a heal prohibition on her battle skill and on her ultimate. So that, you know, it makes her the perfect candidate for this fight, because, well, the boss is not going to heal through ultimate. You see that a fight, you know, takes a while. It's not as easy to do. However, it's doable. I mean, not as easy. It's not as fast, you know, it doesn't go as fast, but it's pretty doable. Like, you don't really need a second healer in here. So if you have somebody else that does some damage instead of Anna, you can bring that, or, you know, even instead of the Adventurer. But I guess the Adventurer really pairs well in this team as Fire because he's your DPS, and then combined with Horus and Hexandra, you have that elemental synergy in there, so that should be able to heal you pretty, you know, help you pretty much, because you're gonna have a ton of damage. If you do not have Sigrid, obviously there's lots of other people that do that. There's Dane that does heal prohibition, plus, you know, there's a lot more. Just, I'm going to show you after this fight ends how you can go and search for specific buffs or debuffs for every single fight that you have out there. So, you know, I was surprised when I actually heard some people, they're like, oh yeah, we still got stuck. This was something that actually in the closed beta, I know a few people got stuck in, but it does not seem as bad. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a fast fight. You only do it once, you only need to beat her once, and then you're good to go. So, you know, I did not bring the perfect team in here. I did not bring a champion or a hero for every single mechanic. I just have, you know, 3 free champions everybody gets. I do have, like I said, Sigrid, that I guess she does help with the heal prohibition because the boss doesn't fully heal all the time, but I did not bring somebody for a shield. I just, whatever heroes I had built, I just brought in there. And yeah, everybody's 70s, but the Adventurer's 90. However, I have a feeling like the Adventurer 90 is kind of the same as the Adventurer at 70, but with gear on him. So this should be pretty relatable. I'm gonna show you the gearing after the fight as well, so you can see that, you know, I don't have like my epic gear, or I don't have artifacts on people. I even remove the artifacts because, again, that one might, you know, might not be relatable because not too many people have those artifacts. So I think I only have one person or nobody with actually any artifacts. Also, one thing to keep in mind, if you see that you have a problem with this one, for example, like the boss keep doing the shield or doing this, and you want to try and make her keep her controlled, well, you can always manual the ultimate. So for example, let's say I stop my Horus over there, I let her go because I have the heal prohibition, she can heal. However, I try to do, for example, the taunt now before she does her shield, okay? Boom, I stop her from doing the shield, she stays there, and then I can ramp up a little bit of more damage, you know? And then I turn it back off again, and you can manually do it, and so on. So keep in mind, sometimes some of these fights you might get stuck on, but you can manual it. You don't have to let them do their ultimates whenever they want. You can always use them and just time them so they fall in place when you actually want them to do that. So let's see. And oh yeah, I should have done the provoke. Well, anyway, you see that this is not that bad of a fight. You know, it's pretty doable. I have what, 3 rares, Adventurer, and the epic. So, you know, I'm quite sure many of you maybe have some more epics in there that you can bring to the fight that can make this a lot easier. But if you don't, well, this is what you have to do. Keep in mind the core mechanics. Have somebody that removes a shield if you can. If not, have somebody brings heal reduction, you know, heal prohibition, so that the boss does not heal whenever she does her ultimate, okay? Because the charm part you can pass, and then, you know, 1 healer is more than enough, and then just bring yourself a DPS and job done. And that's the fight. Like, I don't see this being that complicated of a fight, but like I said, I saw that people got stuck here, so I just wanted to show you that. Okay, let's see, she disappears. Okay, and I'm gonna collect the rewards afterwards, but let me just show you the builds. So, like I said, my Adventurer, I have nothing on him, because, again, I try to make it as relatable as possible, even though by the time you get to this point, you should already be able to have people at, you know, 90s, so I just brought the Adventurer with no actual gear on him. Then I have Horus, which is at 70, I didn't even upgrade him, okay, I just kept him at 70, so he would gain more stats if I upgraded him, but I just kept him at that for now. Then the next one that I brought in the team was Zena. Again, she's at level 70. Oh yeah, Horus has one rare artifact on him that just gives him a bit more HP and a bit more defense. Nothing too crazy. I'm quite sure he would have been fine without this because he did not need it. As you saw, we barely took any damage. Then the next one, the team was Anna, which just has some, oh god, am I hiding everything? Okay, let's go again. Adventurer, no gear. Horus, you know, some, not even full paired, some life and attack gear, okay, stuff that gives it, what's it called again? What's the set again? Guardian. So some Guardian pieces and attack. I'm just, you know, used to raid stuff, and then you have the rage ones. Then, like I said, Anna, 1 set of rage, 1 set of guardian. Again, no artifact on her, and again she's level 70. I have not upgraded her to be able to go over that. Then I have Hexandra, again, 1 rage, 1 life. Again, everything's rare gear. I try to keep it as rateable as possible. She's again not upgraded, so you know there's that. And then I have Sigrid, which just attack. I made sure that she has the accuracy, because she's accuracy to land her debuff, okay, from here, and then again debuff over here. She's actually pretty amazing rare. I might do a spotlight on her at one point, because she has an interesting kit and I really like her. And having heal prohibition actually is really helpful in several areas of the game. So not only here, but it's gonna help you for the Grave of Rot, where you kind of need a heal reduction because the boss heals, and then you can even use that in the Heretical Ruins. If you don't kill the, you know, the sidebirds, the boss heals up, so that can be helpful for that as well. And again, she's not upgraded, she's just level 70. So yeah, oh yeah, I was saying that I'm going to show you how you can look for specific buffs or debuffs. If you click over here at the top, okay, to get the wider view, you have this little filter over here, okay? Click on that one, then you get the list over here, and let's say, like I said, heal reduction, okay? And you see that, for example, I have 2, 4, 6, I have 8 people that actually do heal reduction. So you can go and check through those ones and see whichever one's going to be better for you, whichever's going to synergize nicely with your team and maybe bring you something else. So for a starter one, for example, if you have Dane, he's good because he also brings an AoE here, so you could even use him in Goblin, and at the same time he brings the heal prohibition on his battle skill, which is so much better because, well, the battle skill comes back faster than the ultimate. However, his ultimate also has the chance, if you fully book him, it's 100% chance to remove buffs or just steal them if they're under 50%. So yeah, that's what you can do. The unfortunate thing is there's no filter here that shows us who removes buffs, or I haven't seen it. At the same time, you can bring stuff that blocks buffs. What is it? Buff block, okay? So if you place the block buffs, as an example, Voresh, which, you know, Voresh is a god. If you do this one, basically the boss will not put the increased defense and the recovering over time on herself. So this is another thing that you can use. And, you know, there's even the rare, as we can see over here, buff prohibition on this one, and then bring some other stuff. Then there's fear rare as well that, you know, there's basically these types of people that help you in several areas of the game. So try to think, okay, what else do I need? Where am I going to need them more in the future? Look to their kit as you kind of try to build people early on to help you in several areas of the game. But yeah, anyway, this is going to be it for the video today, guys. I hope this was helpful. I hope this helps you get past Elecebre fight, because you know what? There's some juicy rewards. And let's see what the rewards are over here. Look at this, we get ourselves an epic scroll, which is massive. Epic scrolls are massive because they're pretty rare. So, you know, that's why I'm saying again, sometimes that it's important to the side quests, because they give you a ton of rewards. They give you epic scrolls, they give you summons, they give you rare scrolls, and some of them even give you legendary scrolls. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.